and that was incredible. Did you see that?
Okay guys, welcome to part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, please go back and watch part 1 because it's very important. But here we're going to have a look inside and deconstruct a 1.3G category F3 Epic Fireworks bazooka bomb rocket. So let's get down to business and let's see what these things contain. And stay tuned because I'm going to be lighting all the chemical elements and the compositions that make up these rockets at the end after we've deconstructed one and broke one down to see what's inside. So this one I'm going to be keeping as standard and I'm going to be firing off so you can see how it looks when it goes up in flames, people. So we're going to be keeping that one aside and we're going to be comparing this one to this one. This one I'm going to be taking apart. This one I'm going to be letting off and igniting as normal. So let's get down to business and let's see what we got inside here. Take the fuse protector off. And you know, ultimately all fireworks that bang are basically essentially made up of metal salts, or a combination of metal salts anyway, as you probably already know. But this is a genuine category F3 firework with a net explosive content of 14 grams. So yes, it's tiny, but it's still category F3, so it's still quite potent. Okay, so the top's just going to come off here, and I expect there's a bag of stars and crackles maybe in here, and silver powder that gives you the effects. So yep, it's the same tube, but I can feel that it obviously is separate to the engine, and I assume there's a bit of flash powder between. Okay, let's try and cut down this seam here because it's very soft on the end there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very soft here. So half the rocket is very, very soft. And I assume this is where all the stars, crackles, silver and aluminium powder are. So yeah, and there's quite a lot in. To be fair, I'll just show you that there. There's plenty of aluminium powder, silver powder, little magnesium, crackles and stars. Let's just sift this out here and keep the stars separately, because what I'm going to do is, if you stay tuned, I'm going to ignite all these chemical compounds up separately and we can have a look and see exactly how this thing was constructed. So you got a little flash paper there surrounding the actual metal salts. Now we're going to get into the engine, but you can see there's aluminium powder and silver powder, and in here some big stars and some little crackles. So I may actually combine them back together and light them both at the same time. Let's have a look at this now, because this is the engine here. And I want to do this deconstruction fairly quick. I don't want to be too boring because this channel's about fun. I want to get to the experiment at the end, so we can all have a laugh. But there's a bit of flash powder right at the end there. Here, there's contact with the flash powder, and this ignites and blows the bag of metal salts and stars and crackles, and creates those nice effects that you see in this particular rocket. So that's the idea there. I don't know if you can see here, but it's a bit dark, but the time delay just in the middle there, and then right at the very end, as I've said, there's a bit of flash powder, and ultimately that's going to ignite and blow through the firework body, causing total ignition of the stars, crackles and the silver powder. So what I am going to do is I'm actually going to put that back together. I'm going to lay that down on a piece of paper outside and light that up, and that is going to go up in flames, people. The engine, I'm possibly going to strap it to something because I feel it may have a lot of thrust actually, and see what happens there. So without further ado, let's light those elements up. But first I'm going to show you what they actually should look like in their standard format, and what you can expect to see with a little 1.3G Epic Fireworks bazooka bomb. So let's go outside, but before I do, people, please subscribe, it's free. Now let's go. Okay guys, so experiment number 1, an engine from a bazooka bomb 1.3G rocket that I've strapped to a ball. So let's see how we get on here. Try and keep this in shot. That was extremely fast. I don't know if you replay that there, it flew straight at me. But I thought it would have punched the ball. But looking at the damage, the ball looks good to use. So the trolls live on. Okay, let's move on to the next experiment. Experiment number 2, it's another rocket engine from a bazooka bomb Firework. The only difference is this time I've inserted a bit more flash powder and some crackles right at the end of the rocket engine here in the attempt to ignite some crackles at the end when it's finished spinning. So let's see if this experiment works. Here we go.
And that was incredible. Did you see that right at the end? Let's have a look at the damage. Well, that worked out just as I planned. It span round, used all its thrust, and then right at the end ignited the actual crackles and flash powder. And the ball, oh, the ball's gone. I was just about to say the ball's still up, but it's actually gone. So we've achieved maximum damage and total success with that experiment. On to the next one.
Okay guys, so on to our next experiment, and that's lighting up the entire contents of a bazooka bomb 1.3G Epic Fireworks rocket. And I've waited until it's later here, so it's darker, so we can see the effects here. And I've got all of the effects laid out and the explosive composition laid out on a piece of paper here. The only thing I have done is just cut a bit of visco fuse just to give me enough time to get away, because this flash powder ignites extremely fast. So I've got a combination here of metal salts, meaning magnesium, lithium, sulfate, silver powder, and all the stars and crackles that these rockets contain, and I'm just going to light them all up. But before I do, I'm going to light one of these off just to show you what the effects look like. This is from the same pack of rockets, and you know, it's a slightly different colour, but the effects are the same. So I'm going to light one of these off now just to show you what the effects look like in the air. Alright guys, so this is a bazooka bomb rocket in its standard format. Let's see what the effects look like. Not bad for a little rocket. And fairly loud too for what they are. Now, let's light this contents up and see what happens here, people. See what the effects look like on the ground. Alright guys, so here we go. I'm just going to light my visco fuse here. This is the entire contents of an Epic Fireworks 1.3G rocket. Damn, that was extremely fast, wasn't it? Did you see that? The flash powder just ignited like nothing.
And look at the carnage. That'll be the stars as they ignite, scraping along the floor. So that confirms and completes all our experiments. So if you've enjoyed this video, I'd really like it if you subscribed, give me a thumbs up and dropped a comment, because up to Christmas there's going to be more firework videos, but generally up to Christmas there is going to be product reviews, as I've said in part 1 on the K989 WL toys, just because people are looking for Christmas presents. And you know, there's a lot of stuff I want to do on this channel, but I am going to do some reviews, some product reviews on remote control cars, CO2 pistols, drones, that sort of stuff. So look out for those videos. It's not just about fireworks. However, there will be some more firework videos and a lot more experiments up to Christmas and in the future. Thank you for watching. Take care.